everybody, welcome to my channel. I'm Anna Jancy, and today in ArtWithMore we are going to start making a Halloween junk journal, so stay tuned. I chose cardboard for the cover, so this side is 7 by 9 each cover. The spine is 3 and the other is 7 by 9. So what I normally do is that I cut in size each piece, and then what I use is very strong duct tape to put together each piece. So what we are going to do is just position the pieces, and I put something heavy so they don't move when I put the tape. So this part is quite easy. You just please make sure to use a strong tape so it doesn't move anywhere the pieces. And as you can see, you have to leave a little bit of space between each cardboard so you have the flexibility that you need for your cover to open and close. After that, we just turn our piece and make sure that everything is stick together, and just cut the ends and pull it in so you have that reinforcement of the duct tape. And just make sure that the middle is very well stick in it, and to make sure that you have the flexibility you need for your cover. Then you're going to take the other part of the cover and you're going to do exactly the same. You position in the same way that you do the first cover. Make sure again that you have a little bit of space between the pieces, and of course try to maintain the same space between them. And after you put everything together, just put something heavy so it doesn't move, and you take your duct tape again and just put it in the middle. After you have done that, you have your cover, at least of one of the sides, and as you can see, it's flexible enough, so just make sure that everything is thick. And now we're going to put the tape in the inside of our journal. So just take again a piece of duct tape and position it in each of the sides in the top of the one that you already did. And as you can see, I'm using a mat because it's easier for me to take out the tape. If I use the table, it kind of like stick together and it's not nice. So that's why I use a mat. And again, you take your duct tape and put it in the other side, and you're gonna be having your own handmade cover. This is optional, but I use this tool to help me press every single piece of the duct tape, because I want to make sure that everything is stick together, and definitely the middle of the lines. And again, I just fold the whole cover, and I fold, you can cut it, but I don't do that. I prefer it to be reinforced. So what I do is that again, I put the duct tape inside, and actually this is our like outside cover, and I use my tool to just make sure that everything is stick together, and I make that crease and score there in the middle because I want the duct tape to really get stick between my cardboards. Now you have finished your cover. At least the inside of the cover is flexible enough. See how it falls. Remember which one is the outside of the cover and the inside. And remember this one was 7 by 9 and the spine is 3 inches because I want to make 3 signatures for this Halloween junk journal. So there you have it. Now what I'm gonna do is to choose what type of decoration or paper or fabric I'm gonna put in the cover. Make sure to know which one is the side that you're gonna cover. I use wallpaper. This is a catalog that I had for several years, and it has stunning paper. And actually the spring journal that I made that is still available, and actually I'm going to add it in Etsy shop that I'm going to open soon, so just in case you want to purchase. But like, because this one is Halloween, I want to choose a paper black or gray, so that's what I'm going to try to do now. This one is gorgeous. I think I'm gonna use this one. It's just, and it has a texture. Let's see if I can find something else, but I do believe, I think that one is going to be the one because I really like it. So yeah, this is the one that I'm gonna use. So I'm gonna cut it from the catalog, and now what I'm gonna do is that I'm just gonna measure it. But as you can see, it's not the same size of my whole cover. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to fold it in half. I'm going to cut the middle of the 2 pages. And actually, I'm going to cover each side of the journal. So I'm not going to use this paper for the spine. I'm going to just cover the sides, as you can see here, and I'm going to do one side first, and then I will put the other side. Make sure that you don't overlap the paper inside, like the fold. It's just something that I do, so I'm going to just glue the paper a little bit further from the fold of the cover. Okay, so that's what I'm gonna do. I use fabric tack to glue every single thing in my journal. I know that a lot of crafters use Mod Podge or some other glue. I particularly don't trust that glue, so I really glue everything with fabric tack. So that's what I'm doing now. And one of the things that you can see is that I always use parchment paper under the piece, and then I use a parchment paper on top. I already cut and fold the edges, but you can see that I just cut a little corner of it, and then I put some fabric tack in the paper, not in the cardboard, because I want to make sure that I know exactly where the glue is going to be. And I just fold it very carefully, and I kind of press from the outside to the inside like I'm doing here right now, because I don't want any gap between the cardboard and the paper, the wallpaper, if that makes sense. So there you have it. I think it looks neat. I like it. And that's the way I fold my covers. So now everything is glued, and I'm going to use this fabric from Craft to Square and Dollar Tree. And actually I'm going to make some accent with pull tabs, and this is what I made with crochet and some pull tabs and nylon thread. And my idea is to add the fabric and then add the sign or something with the pull tabs. So that's what we're gonna do now. Here is what I wanted to make. So first of all, I'm gonna put the fabric to see how it looks, and then what I already cut the fabric and size, and then I bought this mesh from Dollar Tree. It's a Halloween mesh. I think it's gorgeous, and actually it's the perfect size. I mean, I was like, wow, this is gorgeous. Yeah, this is beautiful. So my idea is to put it in top of the fabric, and then I will apply the pull tabs. So before I do that, I have to put together all the fabrics. This is my process, but if you want to glue them, you can do it. What I am going to do is that I'm going to use my sewing machine, and actually you can see that I add this ribbon. I did bought this ribbon as well in Dollar Tree, and I thought it was great to put it in the size. Here I have it. I use my sewing machine from one of the size, and it looks really neat, really nice. I like it because every single piece of fabric is put together, and I know they're not going to move in the time that I'm gluing it into the spine and then when I add the pull tabs. So I'm going to do the same thing for the second for the other side of the fabric, and here we have it. So now it's all with stitches. I did the stitches on one side and the other side, and now my process is just to glue the fabric in the middle, or try to put in the middle of the spine. The glue that I use is fabric tack, and again, I know that a lot of people use Mod Podge or white glue, but I don't know why, I just don't trust those glues. I think they're not strong enough. So I use fabric tack for the fabric as well when I glue, when I attach the fabric to the journal. So as you can see, I am not putting glue in the folds. I'm putting glue in the middle of the spine and some of the sides, but I do not put glue in the fold, you know, when you fold the cover. I try to position the piece of fabric in the middle, and I press it up and down, and I do use parchment paper so everything is smooth, and actually all the glue that is going to go through the fabric, which is normal, is going to stay in the parchment paper, and it's not going to get stick off in my fingers. And actually I can really spread that glue, because as you know, fabric tack is so dense that it's going to stay in the place. So when you do this, you kind of spread the glue all over, and you don't have pieces of glue or bumps or nothing like that. And the parchment paper works very well. I always use it, and actually I use it a lot because I think it's even cleaner to use it, because the glue does not stick in your fingers. And now again, I'm using the tool to spread really well all the glue, so we don't have any bumps in the, you know, like glue bumps in the fabric. After that, I glue the sides of the fabric. I don't glue in the inside of the fold. I put the glue in the fabric, and I just spread the whole glue and try to not put too much glue in the inside fold, if that makes sense. Now I just fold it very carefully. I really take my time in this process. I don't rush it. And now again, I'm using my parchment paper, and I'm spreading the glue all the way from top to bottom to make sure again that I don't have any glue bumps. As you can see, the fold is perfect. Now I'm gonna glue the other side, and I do exactly the same process, and I take my time. I kind of enjoy the part of gluing because this is gonna be your cover, so you should not just rush on it, I think. So just take your time, enjoy it, and make a beautiful cover. I'm just checking that everything is good, that there's no bump. So now what I do, I just fold inside the fabric. That's why I cut it bigger than the cover, because I like to reinforce all the time. So I am going to glue the part, the inside of the cover, and I'm gonna mark here until when I supposed to glue, because I don't want to over glue everything. And actually I put the glue in the cardstock and not in the fabric. And again, I don't put glue between the folds. Maybe there are some crafters that they do that. I don't do that. I have found that when I do that, it's very difficult for the journal to open and close. So I decided that I'm not going to glue that part there. So what I do now is that I just fold. I try to press a little bit to the inside so I don't have any excess of fabric between the cardboard and the fabric. And again, I'm gonna use the parchment paper because that's gonna help with the glue. This one I think is a little bit smaller. I should use a bigger piece. Yeah. This was too small. So I'm going to find this is a bigger piece. Okay, perfect. So now what I'm trying to do is to spread the glue everywhere. And so yeah, that's what we're doing. Now that this part is done, I'm going to work in the other side. And again, I'm going to do the same process. I'm going to put the glue in the cardboard, not putting glue in the fold. And I'm just going to, make the same process again. Here we have it after a couple of hours with something heavy in top. I put parchment paper in the top and the bottom, put something heavy in the top, and I let it cure a little bit, but this is gorgeous. So this is kind of the second step to doing your cover. So as you can see, the outside looks gorgeous, it folds, it's perfect. And now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to apply the pull tabs, but I thought it was important to make a video on how to make the cover. So thank you so much for watching, and stay tuned for the next process of this Halloween junk journal. Bye, big kiss. See you soon.